Delta Mike 06. WA6AJ, WA6AJ, 6S. Turn your radio on, Michael.
AA6AAJ.
Turn your amplifier on, AA6S.
Hello, Kerry. KC5DTU, WA6AAJ. How you doing?
Doing good, Mike.
KC5DTU, AA6S. You confused me there. Let me rotate my antenna around.
Okay, somebody's talking in the background. I'm not sure who it is. Is that you?
Yeah, I'm in here. Load up. WA6AAJ, AA6S, running some smoke. You don't copy me?
K6MYC.
K6MYC, AA6S. And AAJ in there, I don't know. Where's your antenna pointed? Or you got no RF, Mike? WA6AJ, AA6S, over.
North. I was talking to Kerry. I just came in and so that's it.
Okay, no wonder you're so weak. I'm on the back side. Over to Mikey there. K6MYC, AA6S.
Yeah, good evening, Bill, and I hope you're feeling better. You must have picked up the bug somewhere along the line. How's your wife doing?
Hey, we're both doing okay now. Today we're in good shape. The only thing bad news is the guy had to pay for those pills. It'd be scary. Thank God at Costco they had some piece of paper we filled out. If not, they'd have been $1,400 a person. That's pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah, you shouldn't have taken it anyway. It's bad stuff. I don't know whether Mike told you that or not, but Paxlovid is not good for you. It gets you over the stuff, and then you end up with long COVID, and you might get it again and again. I hate to tell you that, but be prepared.
Yeah, who knows? All I know is about 4 hours after I took it, man, I felt okay. It had something in it that would knock you over. Anyway, found out my buddy across town here had some of the other stuff too, but he gets it from his girlfriend. They bring it in from Brazil. It's only $1 or $2 in Brazil for a bunch of it, I guess. Anyway, who knows where we got it? All I know is it's on the other side of me, which I'm happy about. I've never got the stuff. I've had all the shots, so I don't know. But the wife and I both got it at the same time. Now you figure that out. So we must have been someplace we ate or something over there at the coast. I don't know. Anyway, back to you there, Mikey, and I'll see what else is going on here, and maybe Ron will be in here. It's good seeing Ron over there at the coast, by the way. WA6AJ, got your antenna turned around, Mike? AA6S, over.
Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Not really.
Well, I'm not copyable?
You're fine here, but a little watery, but you're turned away. You were stronger earlier.
I'm still pointed north. I figure Bill can hear me with 600 watts.
Oh, I copy you okay, Mike. It's just that you're not very strong like you usually are. I copy you fine, Michael.
And did you hear me calling you earlier there, Bill? KC5DTU.
Good evening, Kerry. KC5DTU, K6MYC. You're very weak tonight, Kerry. Way down from normal. Let me just get one thing more from Bill. Bill, when you first came back to me, I thought I had Bluetooth connected here, and I did not have my Bluetooth on, so I missed about 30 seconds of your answer. And so I don't know whether you ended up taking the Paxlovid at $1,400 a shot. It used to be $800. Originally, it started at $600. They just keep raising the price because the medical industry is trying to make more and more profit for Pfizer, and Pfizer's making them a lot of profit when they do that. It's a nothing thing. and it was a replacement by Pfizer to replace ivermectin, as you probably said that. You then said something about Brazil, and I think that was related to getting ivermectin. I have another source. I get mine from a place in Oregon, but it really comes from India. Over.
Oh, yeah, Roger. I rotated my antler around so Mike and everybody can hear me better. I was towards L.A. Anyway, yeah, well, it didn't cost us anything. They filled out some form, maybe because we're so old. And they said no charge from Costco on both of them. Actually, it was like $1,700 and something, and their discounted price was $13.75. But the $0 was a whole lot better. Anyway, you're loud, super strong, and I'm sure Mike is copying me better now that I'm pointed at him. Mike, and yes, yeah, the other stuff came from Brazil. This friend of mine's got. He's in a ham. He's supposed to be getting on 1296 if he ever gets the stupid mud poured in the ground. He's about a mile and a half from it, and he'll have a decent signal. He's got one of these. He's going to try one of these Russian Yagis that's about, must be 20 or 30 foot long. It's the longest sucker I've ever seen on 1296, and he's got some other stuff to put up. I've known him for quite a while. He helped me get my solar panels up. Michael knows who he is. Anyway, back to you there, K6MYC, A6S, and over to the net.
Okay. Let me clarify one thing, because you didn't say it. The other stuff. What are you talking about, the other stuff you're getting from Brazil? Over?
No, I didn't get any of it. My friend gets it. His girlfriend gets it from Brazil. That's where she's from. They get it from Brazil, and it's like dirt cheap. Go ahead.
Yeah, what is it, Bill?
Ivermectin.
Oh, okay. That's what I was trying to figure out. You should have taken that instead. That's a much better cure. However, what they found, they're finding out with ivermectin and Paxlovid as well. Neither one of them work very well. And ivermectin is not doing as well for people that have had a lot of vaccinations. It's too bad you had all the vax. You see, the vax didn't do you any good because you still came down with COVID. So that's the problem. The vaccinations are phony and flawed, and the Paxlovid goes right along with it, but they charge you a lot of money for it. Luckily, they didn't. You got out around that one. If you've taken the Paxlovid and you're finished with the course and you're far along as you can be, you should talk to Ken, WA6OIB, who was forced to take a course of it also. And both he and Gwen had COVID 5 times after she took Paxlovid. Ken only got it 3 more times, but that's why they call it long COVID. You have a similar effect, perhaps. Some people are reporting a similar effect with ivermectin if you've had all the vaccinations, because your immune system is deteriorated by the vaccinations, and it doesn't work anymore because it can't boost your immune system. Okay, enough of that. I just wanted to get you up to speed. I'm sorry we couldn't. I tried to have you call me. Did you get the message? Mike asked you. I had Mike ask you to call me before you got started with all this stuff. Over.
Yeah, Roger. He told me we were already on the shot of taking the stuff. Anyway, I feel fine, and we'll see what happens. I got. Yep. You get past, well, you're way past 80, but you get up there, anything's possible. My brother has never taken a shot, and he's never had it. He's 89. I think my older brother's taken them. He's 92. He hasn't had any problem, so who knows? I guess it's a draw of the whatever. Is the signal any better, Michael, there? WA6AHA, and good evening to Kerry if you're in there, AA6S. Over to you, Mikey.
Yeah, I know. I've always copied you, but Kerry's been calling you, so I guess you couldn't hear him.
Kerry's got something wrong. Which way are you pointed tonight, Kerry?
I peeked on Bill's signal and was trying to get him there, so I'm not pointed towards you, Mikey. That's why I'm real weak with you.
Well, I can hear you, but you're way down. Even when you go that way, you're not normally this weak, but that's okay. we've got you, and that's the main thing. Good evening. And before I get any further with this thing, are you going to be available for lunch tomorrow, Kerry?
I should be. I'm away from the calendar here in the shack, so I don't know. And I haven't looked at it. I'll let you know in a few. You double with Bill there. Okay, Bill. I was just trying to get an update and see how you and the XYL were doing there, and we were all worried about you. And I'll turn it to you so you can turn it back to Mikey.
KC5DTU AA6S. Well, I never really did feel too bad even when I got it. I wasn't going to take the stuff until they gave it to us free. The wife needed it more than I did, I think. But I didn't really feel that bad. It wasn't as bad as a bad cold to me. So it wasn't very potent, whatever it was. Anyway, that's the skinny there, Kerry, and I hope you guys are doing okay too. And I'll head the antenna over towards Atascadero and see if Ron's in there, and then around towards LA. I'll turn the power way down so I don't bother anybody. Back to you there, Mikey, and I'll turn the antenna and see if Ron's out there. K6MYC, A6S, I'll drop power down to about nothing and call Ron.
You don't have to drop power. Just stay with what you've got. I'm going to point over that way as well.
KM6SRR. Howdy, howdy. KM6SRR, AA6S, mucho loud.
Roger, Roger. I hear everybody really good. Nobody's everybody's a good Q5 copy there. Kerry, Bill, Mike, and Mike, KM6SR, standing by.
Good evening, Rob, and UQ5 here also.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, I'm pointing kind of down south there a little bit. Over.
Roger, Roger. Good signal, good signal. KM6SR, KC5, DTU.
Did you copy that, Rob?
Roger. I was just waiting for you to do whatever you need to do. I didn't want to get in your way there. Over.
Okay, well, I thought I heard K6VBG. Did I hear you in there, Dave?
You sure did.
Well, good. We've been worried about you for about a week. Were you out of town?
July, W6, July.
Been out doing other things.
A6S, over.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
I said we were just doing other things family-wise.
Roger, Roger. Okay, Ken, well, everybody's, we should be looking toward the Atascadero, see if we can hear Ron in there. I don't think, Mike, did you hear, I heard Bill calling, but I didn't hear him come back.
Yeah, I heard him too. I did not hear Ron come back.
Yeah, all right, let me see if Mike's copying you, Ron. K6MYC, copying Ron, AA6S, over.
Mike, Bill was calling you.
Bill was asking you, Mike, if you copied Ron, so I guess Ron's in there, KM6SRR.
Well, I thought I heard Ron, but then I heard Bill, so I don't know. Let's see, Ron, are you copying me? W6QUI, K6MYC, over.
Bill is talking to a Tascadero, K6USY 1079.
I hear you. Thank you.
So can Ron hear Mike?
I don't hear Ron at all. I'm turned up toward Santa Cruz.
Okay, very good.
Tell him he's checked in, though. KW6S, K6MYC, KW6S Santa Cruz. Are you there tonight, Tom?
WB6JN.
I hear WB6JN. Good evening, Jim. Take one.
Okay, I have your package ready here to ship. I just send it to the Salem Avenue address.
Yeah, just send it to 4402 North Selland.
Okay, I'll get that out tomorrow. I couldn't do it today, but yep, it's all packaged up and ready to go.
Oh, very good. Thanks very much, Jim. That's good news. Frank will be anxious to see that.
Now, I don't guarantee that the RF part's working, but the last couple of times that this has happened, that part was not destroyed when the attenuator board got messed up, so I suspect it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll have Ken, WA6OIB, have a look at it. Or maybe Frank, but I think Ken's more set up to look at that frequency range.
Okay, very good. All right, anyway, yeah, you're a 7 over here tonight, so a good signal.
Yeah, way better than last night. God, last night was terrible.
Yeah, wasn't too good.
Anyway, yeah, you're good copy, Q5 and S2 to S3, which is quite normal. All right, I haven't heard Tom in there, but maybe Tom will show up. I'm now pointing up toward you, but there's probably enough signal left over that he should hear me. Let me give one more call to Tom, and then we'll see who else is in the Bay Area. WB6JNN, KW6S, Tom, are you on frequency yet? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, nothing from Tom yet. How about anybody else? WA6AXX or anybody? K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area. Bay Area.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, good. Gotcha. Is it raining over there?
It just kind of stopped. It was raining earlier, but I think just the last gasp of rain. I think we should have a few nice days.
Okay, well, we had sunlight most of the day. It got very dark around 2:30. We might have had a few drops, but nothing of any note. Nothing that was measurable. And then it sort of cleared up toward the end of the day, so whatever it was, it went by us and didn't do anything. Typical. All right, thanks, Ed. Good to hear you. Who else do we have in the Bay Area? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie in the Bozo Net.
W6PQL.
Okay, good evening, Jim. Let me get the antenna up your way a little bit. A little more cheddar.
Okay, you're copyable, but with the fades, I lose a word or two here and there until you get the antenna on me. That probably will be the case. And it sounds like Ed is operating remotely tonight. Good evening, Ed. And over here we had since last night, we had about 3/4 of an inch from about, I would say, 5 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday to about an hour ago. So we got a little bit. Not any atmospheric river for sure. It was just rain, but we got another notch in the gun, K6NYC, W6PQ.
Okay, funny fading on you up and down every other syllable, but you're strong enough so it doesn't matter. But you'll probably see the same thing on me. The band is pumping, and it's very diffused. I went 10 degrees either side of center, and you hardly changed. I could hear a perceptible improvement where I'm pointed, which is where it should be, but boy, it isn't much difference. So the diffusion of the scattering of the signal is, again, bad tonight on you anyway. Alrighty. Okay, on more rain, you're just so lucky to get some more rain over there. We just didn't get any. We did work outside from about noon to 5 today. And continued pruning a tree I've been working on. Boy, this is on the hillside. It's very steep, very, very difficult terrain. And I'm working off of a ladder going up into the tree. This tree is an oak tree, but it's obviously not in a good spot, and so it's had a very tough life. The branches are a lot of dead stuff in there, even after last year, with all the rain last year. But the problem with the limbs start out pretty high, 8 or 10 feet above the ground, but then they turn downward like a pine wood. And so they are coming down close to the ground, so I've been trying to prune them up, and I'm pruning off all the low limbs that have that tendency. But I've got 2 to go, and I ran out of chainsaw. The chain was getting so dull I couldn't cut anymore, so I just gave up. I got 2 more limbs to cut. I left the ladder there, but I'll go back in the morning and clean them off, or not tomorrow sometime, but maybe in the afternoon when I get back from town. I got to go into town for a business meeting tomorrow. Anyway, we're meeting with a vendor to see if we can find a better way to make our elements for 1296. And so I want to see what his capabilities are with the laser that he cuts them with. We may try some innovative changes to try and keep the cost of the element sets down. Anyway, that's what we're doing tomorrow. I may or may not get to the hillside. Anybody else in the Bay Area for the Bozo Net? We're missing quite a few. K6MYC standing by.
Was that PQL?
Yes.
How about 775, Mike? He's in here.
Well, I heard one word from him, and then he must turn away from the mic, and he just disappears. I heard, and then that was it. So I don't know where he went, but his signal dropped way off.
That's just the band. But anyway, Mike's here.
I'll make him give me another transmission. I'll see if I can peek him.
Go ahead, Mike.
That wasn't long enough for me to get swinging across him, but He's got to Q3 here. But I didn't get peaked on you, Mike, because you don't take a long enough transmission. There's no way I can move the antenna back and forth across you in that short time. So I can't get any better peak on you. But I got you anyway. Thanks for checking in here. I don't know, have you made any changes to the antenna, or is it still very low like it has been? Over.
Mikey's asking if we've made any changes to the antenna, like put it up higher or whatever. Okay, you can only get it up to around 150 feet, Mikey.
Well, if he can, yeah, but if he could get it up another 10 feet, it would probably be helpful.
Yeah, I know, he knows that, just to get it above the clutter, but I think he's got what he's going to have.
He's trying to mount the thing on a very flimsy fiberglass mast or something, and I guess that's what his limitation is. Okay, well, I hear you, Mike, but it's not readable. That's a pumping QSB here, and you're probably hearing the same thing on me, but it looks like I'm hearing your 150 watts better than you're hearing my 600, over. Yeah, he's got no ears, Jim.
Well, he's having the same problem that you're having, it's band conditions. Another hour, things will probably improve. In fact, I've got to move up frequency and catch Santa Barbara, so I'll see you a little bit later over here.
Is that 775, Mike?
Yes, Roger. Okay, 73, we'll see you later, Jim.
KB6BA.
KB6BA, good evening, Oliver.
Evening. Well, my amp is not working for some reason. Maybe it's a cockpit problem, so I'm just running 10 watts. We're coming in strong at about S9 this evening, over.
Well, you're very strong for 10 watts. How much do you normally have out?
100.
Yeah, I think you're working. I don't think your watt meter is not reading, but I think the amp's working. You sound like 100 watts on there.
Yeah, that's good. I've got the amp switch turned off. It's powered off, so I'm just in pass-through mode, so maybe I just bumped a wire underneath there. I'll take a look.
Where is the amp now?
It's located on the floor behind the bench. It's close to the wall feed-through to minimize the feed-through length. So I have to crawl under there and take a close look at the connections.
Okay. Well, you're fine. Good copy. So you've got excellent signal over here at the present time. Refresh my memory on what you're using for an antenna. I think probably the big difference is your location. You hardly ever have QSB like the other guys, so you must be further from the foothills, over.
Yeah, I'm the very, very south end of San Francisco Bay, not East San Jose, but southern Sunnyvale, and I'm using the, let's see, it's been so long. It's that old KLM horizontally polarized antenna with the that hairpin dipole feed that I refurbished some long time ago.
Yeah, I think boom length about 10 feet.
I think so. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a good antenna. I was already gone from the company when they did that one, but the guy that designed it took my numbers and revamped them a little bit just to clean it up for manufacturing purposes, and gave it to KLM. He sold it to the guy that had bought KLM for me. But it's a good antenna because he knew what he was doing. It's John Quinn. I don't know where John has gone. He's gone very quiet for many years. I don't know what he's doing these days. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Oliver, and you're holding in there with the barefoot rig in good shape. See if there's anybody else in here. K6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area. Anybody?
W6BBS 72.
Okay, boy, you're weak. You must be pointed toward the Bay Area. I hear you. W6BBS, K6MYC. Who are you hearing?
That's just it. I'm not hearing anybody, and I have WR all of a sudden.
All of a sudden you got high VSWR?
I'll tell you about all the stuff I did to this antenna today, and I thought I had it working perfect. No, I got to get off here. Set me in and I got to go.
Oh, did it rain on it today?
It's raining right now.
Oh, it's raining now. Okay, because we've had no rain here.
It's been raining off and on for about the last 2 hours. Okay, I got to go. I'm real high SWR, W6BDS.
Okay, very good. Did you get your panel today? Did you get your solar panel today? I guess he left already. Dave, WK6BBG, were you copying Frank? K6BBG is gone also. Did you go in the house, or are you still out in the shack? K6BBG, K6MYC?
K6MYC, A6S.
Go ahead, Bill.
I checked Joe in, and Ralph is in the hospital. I guess he was low on electrolyte and some other stuff, so they're checking him out. So that's the skinny there, and Mike and I both talked to him. He had a real good signal. Joe did, of course. And that's about it here. K6MYC, A6S.
Okay, sorry to hear about Ralph. What was the symptoms?
Kind of like he's dehydrated, I guess, or something to that effect. He had low blood pressure, I think is what Joe said. Is that what he said? Are you on frequency, Mike?
Yeah, that's what he said. Low blood pressure, low electrolytics.
It sounds like exactly the same thing Kerry had over Christmas. Same thing. Kerry, are you still in here? I don't hear Kerry. He may have gone in the house. You guys copying Kerry?
Wants to kill all of us.
I'm sorry, I doubled with you, Bill. Say it again.
I say, let's face it, the government wants all of us dead.
Well, they're working on it. We don't know yet what Kerry's problem was. He's going to get the results probably by Thursday. I think Thursday is the day he's going to have the results of his last tests. Were sort of a treadmill thing, but it wasn't really. But they did the final tests on his heart to see what was going on. But he had that low blood pressure. He was down at 40, and was sweating profusely, and they pumped him full of electrolytes, and everything came back to normal. But we don't know what caused it, and that's what's still up in the air. And it sounds like Ralph's got the same thing down there. That's a shame. Okay. Anybody remember ZMW's Bozo number? I think it's 871 or something.
817. 817.
817, okay. All righty. Well, and you got QUI. I heard you working him, and that was good. We couldn't hear a trace of him over here tonight. So I went on to the Bay Area.
Not one bar above in the red, but normally it's two of them, so he wasn't quite as strong. But Joe that we were talking about, they made a 301-mile shot, I guess, into Arizona or wherever it was, New Mexico or something there. So he was pretty happy about that. Said the guy got up for a while up to about an S7. Couldn't believe it. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, outstanding. Yeah, he's got a good spot there. He's far enough away from the mountains he could get some good tropo, and he's not blocked by a lot of dirt. So that's why he does so well up here and down that way as well. We're working on he's one of the reasons I have a business meeting tomorrow. We're trying to make the 49er, the 49 element 1296 antenna better. And we're going to change the design, change the mechanical design, not the electrical design, but the mechanical design to make it easier for him to put it together and also make it easier for us to store it. So it should drop the labor costs down. What it'll do to the final price, I can't say, but we'll be working on that probably for a month before it actually gets into production. We're going to meet with the laser cutting guy tomorrow and see what he can do. I'm trying to make some very minute changes to the structure to see if we can make it a little bit more rugged and also compensate for the boom diameters and stuff. Anyway, that's what's going on tomorrow, but we'll be working on Joe's got one on order and somebody else has got one on order, and we just can't take the time to build a onesie. So we're gonna and I wanted to redesign the thing anyway, so that's what's going on. He's aware of that to a certain degree, I think. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate the check-in. Stick around if you can. We'll see. Larry will be in here tonight. I don't know who else we'll have on 1296 up that way. Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area before we move on? K6MYC.
Question, KB6BS.
Go ahead, Oliver.
Ears perked up when you mentioned the 49er antenna. So does this mean future customer will not need to hand line each of the elements to center them within the boom?
Yeah, we'll be making element sets. It'll be made somewhat like the 23CM22. So you just take an element set. It'll be in little short segments of about 24 inches per element set, and you just screw them down to the boom with 4 screws. Over.
Yeah, that sounds great. That was one of the tasks I was dreading doing, but I'll be more inclined to seriously consider ordering that, so I'll look forward to development. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date on it. I'm excited about the changes myself because it was just labor intensive the way it was done, not only for you, the guy that has to put it together and center and measure, but also for us to keep track of all those different element sets. There's about, out of 49 elements, it was about 28 different sizes, so it was really difficult to keep it in inventory. We made 100 at a time, and then we had 125 bags of different sizes. Oh, my God. Okay, anyway, that's the story, Oliver. That's what's coming, and I would expect it'll take me probably a month, maybe a little more, to get it ready to go. Should be ready for the June contest, Oliver.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks for letting me know. KB6BS.
It is a stinger, though. Boy, oh boy, what a gain bust. That's a 22 dBi by itself, 22.64 dBi, over.
I'm sorry, I missed what you were saying.
I said the gain of that single Yagi is 22.64 dBi. It's a killer.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking about a stack of 4 of them. Big mechanical job, but looking to make more headway getting into Southern California with it, possibly.
Yeah, no, that should get you down there for sure. Okay, very good. Anybody else in the Bay Area, K6MYC, before we move on? Okay, nothing heard. Thanks, Oliver. See you tomorrow, maybe on 2 meters. Let me go up and get to Oakley here. Here we up toward Oakley. W6 SSW and KN6RO. Anybody?
Yeah, W6
Yeah, keep talking. I'm going to have to peek on you. You're very light. Over.
Coming up through the Bay Area, get over here.
I just can't pull you out. You're fading up and down tonight. Very poor path toward you. I've got you peaked, but I just can't get full copy. You were good at the beginning, and then I lost you. And then I found you again, but back at the same heading, but it's in and out with fading. W6SSW, K6MYC, did you get more rain today?
Yeah, we did get rain this afternoon. I got a little bit more east. I was hoping this helps bounce down the foothills a little bit towards you. Yeah, I got a little bit of thunder and lightning and some rain this afternoon. I will not be on 2 meters tomorrow night or 4:32 Thursday night. But I'll see you on Sunday night on 2 meters, over.
QSL not being there tomorrow and Thursday, and see you Sunday night. Sounds good. Thanks for the update, Steve. And that was Q5, but with difficulty, I really have to listen carefully. But we got you. And okay on the rain. We didn't get any rain today, but it was raining for Frank up in the hills. He probably got a half an inch today. He said it was raining on and off all day. We didn't get any rain today. We had sunshine until about 2 o'clock. Then very dense clouds came over. I thought we were going to have some rain, but we only got a couple of drops, so nothing measurable. 7-3, Steve, and let's see if Ken is in there. N6RO, okay, 6MYC.
6MYC, N6RO. How do you copy, over?
Well, you're weak but readable. Go ahead.
I had to excuse myself from a Zoom meeting to come out here, and the timing was just right.
Yeah, you talked too fast. I didn't get your last comment.
It's okay. I can see you okay. Q4 F2.
Okay. I'm going to squeeze at 1 degree at a time, see if I can peek on you, over.
You get that.
There's a funny pumping QSB up and down every second. It's pumping QSB up, QSB down every second, so every other word is... So you have to speak slowly and carefully so we can piece it together. Greatly poor, very poor conditions tonight. It was good toward the Bay Area, and then it just went to hell in this direction, over.
I'm hearing the pumping on you also. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow night on a much better opening.
Sorry, what was the last comment?
See you on 2 meters tomorrow.
Roger, see you on 2 and then 4:32. Hopefully it'll be better. And we got just extremely poor tropo. It's just the tropo is down for everybody. Signals just seem to be down. All signals are down, but some people are not being affected quite as much. But boy, oh boy, terrible. I don't like these winter conditions here. 7-3, Ken, thanks for being there. Thanks for checking in. N6 Radio Oscar and W6SSW 73's guys. We'll see you as tomorrow for you, Ken, and Sunday night for Steve, as he said he'll be out of town or something. 73 K6MYC going to Sacramento. Good night. Okay, this should be awfully close to KR6MR. KR6MR. Anybody else in Sacramento? KW6T, KR6MR, N6RZJ, K6 Whiskey India Sugar. At least 4 of you, somebody should check in up there. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, N6 or KW6T, N6RZJ, or KR6MR, K6MYC Bozo Net, calling and standing by. Oh, dead silent.
It's 8:13, Mike.
Well, I guess we better go to Las Vegas. Here we go.
You mean Nevada?
What's that?
You said Las Vegas. Do you mean Nevada?
Yeah. Reno or Tahoe or something up there. Gardnerville, Wassaw Valley. That should be close to Larry. Based on what I'm hearing out of Sacramento there, we may not even hear Larry tonight. N7WT. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Calling and standing by. Over, over. How are you doing tonight? Are you having the same kind of very weak readability? Were you copying N6RO or W6SSW at all, Rob, over?
No, I wasn't copying either one of them, over.
Okay, so it's not just me. I thought maybe something had happened to the antennas up here. It just sounds like I'm not hooked to an antenna. That's horrible. N7WT 657, November 7, Whiskey Tango, N7WT. N7 Whiskey Tango, November 7, WT, K6MYC. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Denmark, Mexico 07. Bozo Net, Northern California Bozo Net, calling N7WT and standing by. Over, Larry. Hearing anything. CW, Larry, go to CW. If I can detect CW, at least I'll know you're there. N7 Whiskey Tango, go to CW, CW, CW. Go to CW, Larry, go to CW. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Go to CW, Larry, K6MYC, Bozo Net, over. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC calling, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, go to CW, Larry, go to CW, K6MYC, calling and listening, over. I'm not hearing a peep. Rob, what do you got? Anything?
No, I'm peepless.
You're peepless. Okay. I like it. Well, looks like we're on for lunch tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good to me. I got a cat in my lap here, so I'm busy.
Oh, you're busy, huh? Yeah, you're petting that kitty. I had a great commune with Abby today. He came out when it was nice. It was about, somewhat before 2 o'clock, I guess, 1:30, 2 o'clock somewhere. I came out to the barn to get the wagon hooked up so I could go down and pick up some of the brush that I've been cutting out of this tree. And he was very mellow today. He said, it's a beautiful day for kitties. Let's just lay here in the sun and enjoy it. So I stayed with him for about 20 minutes, and he was really mellow.
Yep, I got both of them in here now. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, the one of those 1296s that you had, you say is about 22 dB. If you put two of the 12 EZs together, what is that, more or less? Over.
Yeah, it would be less. They're 17 or 17.5 each, so you get about 20 with two of those. And so you'd need 4 of them to get equal to this one.
Okay, sounds interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, something to think about. Well, what do you have up now? You got a pair of the 22s, right?
QSL.
Yeah, well, they work very well, and that's a lot of gain. You know, you got 20 dB of gain sitting there. So it's not the antenna at this point. You need two things in your system to really perk it up. You need more power. Although you got 120 watts there, you're okay, but you need a better location up higher. And then you need to get a preamp up at the antennas, because that's I can hear better than the guys running 100 watts with no preamp. I hear them better than they hear me. Like KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie wasn't responding to me tonight. He couldn't even tell when I stopped transmitting, and I could hear him the whole time. I just couldn't get much out of it. It was Q3 at the best.
Okay, I got notice today that my 1296 preamp is on its way.
Oh, very good, very good. And that's made by who?
I ordered one from Down East Microwave, and I got their higher gain one, which I understand from Bill and Mike I probably shouldn't have got because it's going to overdrive. Over.
Well, it's easy to cut it back. Yeah, you didn't need to pay extra for that one. What you want is, does it have a relay in it or not?
I can't remember. It might, but I think it can only handle like 150 watts or something. Over.
Yeah, well, that's all you have. And if it has a relay that'll handle that, your power won't hurt it, because you aren't getting 100 watts to the antenna. So what does it cost? I can tell whether it's got a relay in it by the cost. Over.
Let's see. I got to go find the receipt. I think it was somewhere around 160 or something. Over.
Oh, okay. Probably does not have a very big relay. Yeah, check it out. Make sure. It might only handle 10 watts. Yeah, that's pretty low cost. Anyway, that'll be good anyway, and hopefully we can put a relay around it to give it a little more isolation, and then you'll be able to hear better. You'll really notice a difference on 1296. Let's take another standby for Larry. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. CW, Larry, over. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, calling and listening. Over. I'm moving the antenna back and forth and see if I can find a better path. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, and the Bozo Net, calling and listening. Over. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get Larry in there. Let's go back toward Sacramento, and I'll see if I can hear anything from any of the 4 stations. Haven't heard anything from KW6T on any band now, so he's discouraged.
The 1296 preamp is $150, and it says that it has no bypass switching, so it can only be used in the receive only. So I got to use a relay, which I got a couple of those from the place back in Ohio, wherever it is. Over. Yeah,
Nebraska surplus sales.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good. Well, you may want to bring the whole thing over here when you get it, and we can make sure that we can check the isolation of the relays and stuff like that. Make sure all the components would be good. Yeah, for $150, I didn't think it would have much in it for a relay. The relay ones, the relay costs them $150 for those things. They use a Tohatsu that can handle about 120 watts. Anyway, no worries. It's if you got relays to go around it, it's probably just as well. And so there we go. I'm pointing now back toward KR6MR, 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 or K6 Whiskey India Sugar. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, or KR6MR. Over. Oh, I'm getting nothing. N6RZJ, if he was on, he would get through. He's got 200 watts in the 10-foot dish now, or 8-foot dish or something. He's usually pretty consistent in here, but he's been so busy he hasn't get on. I'm not hearing a trace of KR6MR here. Usually what he'll report is he heard 1 or 2 words from me through this whole span, and that was it. So bad conditions tonight. KR6MR or anybody else that's copying my voice. K6MYC Bozo Net. Anyone? I think we're done for the day. We could go back and check late checks or missed. We may get KT2G and a couple of others out of the Bay Area that we're missing, Rob. So let's just do the Bay Area and then we'll call it. We didn't get KW6S either. He should be here. So let's go back and get Santa Cruz in the Bay Area.
Sounds good to me. I'm all for it there. I was looking. They say the new design doesn't include the bypass relays. I think they were having trouble with it, so down East Microwave quit having that feature in their preamps. Over.
Hey, Rob.
Yes, is that K6USY?
Yeah, do me a favor. Come up in frequency a little bit, K6USY.
Okay, is that any better?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's much better.
Well, I've already adjusted it twice up. I just wasn't paying attention this last time. Over.
Oh, no worries, man. We just need to get you on the 9700 with the Leo Bodner board, and then we wouldn't have to deal with it. K6USY.
Yeah, he's got all the pieces.
Roger. I had a little hole in my plans, and now I've got a double hole in my plans. But the shelving I ordered, I forgot that I can't have it that deep, or I won't be able to get to my equipment and stuff, or even use the desk part. So I got to do something different. And I got a notice from my fire insurance company that they're asking a whole bunch of questions. They either want to raise my rates tremendously or cancel me. Over.
How much do they charge you?
Well, I don't know. It's gone up quite a bit here recently. I think I'm up in the $3,500 range now. Over.
Well, you're way ahead of the game. Mine was $18,000.
Well, you got a much bigger place too. That might have something to do with it. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do to me. We'll see. It's looking like I'd better just pay the damn house off and self-insure. Over.
Yeah, I have nothing here. I have no insurance at this point in time. I should get liability, and I keep forgetting to get that sorted out. Anyway, yeah, my insurance had gotten up to about $7,000, $7,500, $7,800. But when they canceled me, then the state insurance came back and said, well, it's going to be $18,000.
Yeah, a few years of that, and you can repair the house yourself.
Well, that's the point. I mean, Jesus. So that was when I said, good. I told you I got that notice that they canceled me 2 days after I had paid the house off. So I thought, okay. I gave them the old Italian salute.
Yep, Roger. Just like you did when you got that snake bite, huh? Over?
Yeah, on the same finger, actually. I used the snake bite finger to wave at them.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Had death wound around all over it. Okay. Bay Area, late checks or missed. K6MYC Bozo Net. And maybe Jim will be in here with news on Steve down there, W6QIW.
KT2G, good evening.
Area. KT2G, howdy doody. Let's see now if I can get this damn Bozo number right. 863, is that it?
You got it, Mike. 863.
Jesus, I finally got it. Good to hear you, Mark. And pretty nice signal over here this evening. We've got pretty terrible conditions, so you're doing extremely well with the 10 watts. But it wasn't so bad from the Bay Area. Oliver checked in, and he couldn't get his amplifier working. So Oliver, KB6BA, was a very nice signal like yours with just 10 watts. So shows you what you can do. It proves that I'm working okay, I guess. How are you doing? KT2G, K6MYC in the group.
Yeah, no, doing very well, Mike. Doing very well. Just came back from Tahoe. 3 days skiing with my son. Gorgeous days, gorgeous days. Don't like the traffic, of course, but gorgeous days skiing. So now I'm back and filing my taxes. K6MYC, KT2G.
Oh, you're filling out your taxes, are you, for income tax for this year, last year?
Yes, I want to get it out of the way.
Okay, well, it's good if they owe you about 12 grand.
I don't think they owe me anything, actually. Right now, I still owe them some.
Okay. Yeah, you want to keep it. It's not a good idea to have them owe you a lot because obviously then they've been using your money for 6 or 8 months.
Exactly. I try to get very close, but I still owe them stuff. But I'm not done yet. I'm not done. Let's see. I have a couple of hours more to go before I close up shop.
Well, yours is a lot easier than mine. Mine gets real complicated with the business. I'm sole owner of M Squared, and it's on my. Well, we have two separate income tax returns, one for the business, but it all comes out of the same pot. Anyway, we try to balance ours too. I take a salary here just for income tax purposes. I take a salary of about $14,000 a year, and we just send it all to the government. Yeah, so I don't see anything. We take. I think I get $10 a week or something. The CPA said I should make it look like I'm taking some salary. So I take $10. I get $20 every 2 weeks, I think. But the other $14,000, and that usually covers me. Sometimes I get a little back. Sometimes I don't. I have to make up more. But anyway, like you, I'm trying to balance it, cut it pretty thin. Depends on the kind of year we have and how well we're managing our dollars before we go to the end of the year. Anyway, your great signal. I don't know if anybody else is hearing anybody else on frequency copying K2G.
Yeah, 76 PQL.
Okay, did you work Steve down there?
No, Steve was not in there tonight. Yes, he took the night off.
Oh, he took the day off. Well, that rascal. All right. Well, good to hear you, Mark, and I'm glad you're back, and we'll see you perhaps tomorrow on 2 meters, and then Thursday on 432. Hopefully we'll catch you both days. 73, Mark, and then I got one more to look for here. We haven't heard Tom tonight, and it's very unusual. He was here last night, and I don't think he indicated anything odd that he wouldn't be here. So he may be just taking a nap or something. We'll try one more time for Tom, and then we'll call it a night. KT2G, K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, no, 73 to you. I'll do my best to check in tomorrow on 2 meters. Let's see. Tomorrow we have a birthday in the house, so but around this time we should be done. Okay, 73, Mike. K6MYC, KT2G.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you can just sneak away for a minute, check in, and then you can go right back to the birthday party if it's one of those things that falls at the wrong time. But if you can check in, that would be great. Thank you, Mark. 73, and I'm glad to hear you back here. KT2G, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bay Area? Bozo Net, please. K6MYC. Late checks are missed. Let me go down to Tom. Tom usually finds us. KW6S, I don't know if I can talk loud enough to get his speaker to activate him off the couch. AT2G, no, that's not right. KW6S. KW6S, Santa Cruz, K6MYC, over. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Well, I got 27 tonight. What do you got, Rob?
Boy, I didn't get that many. I have 18.
You missed some people, I guess, huh?
I didn't think so. I was picking a little bit to eat here during it, but I thought writing them down.
Okay, well, Alpha 6 Sugar, WA6AAJ, KC5DTU, K6ZMW, W6QUI and a Tescadero. I didn't hear him, but we got him in here at 10:55. Seemed like there was somebody else, and
you went over K6BBG. He was in there before Ron.
Yeah, K6BBG. I was going to say there was somebody else I was missing. I can't read this. It's just I'm going by memory. But he didn't make very much noise here. Oh, and W6BBS was in.
Yep, I got them.
Okay. And then we got over to the Bay Area, and I got Ed, WA6AXX, 773. Got W6PQL, 1296, and WB6JNN, 285.
Then we had Mike over there. I had those three guys also. And then we had Mike, KB6WFC.
Yeah, we got Mike. Now we got KT2G, Mark, and I think that was it for the Bay Area.
We got Oliver.
Oh, Oliver, 900. Yeah, Oliver was in. Okay. And then we went and got KN6RO and W6SSW.
Roger, I got those two, and you've listed everybody I've got.
And K6USY.
Yeah, K6USY.
Yep, I put him in there, put this 432 guy, and I put the 47 guy. Over.
Well, I got 27.
What you read off to me is only 18. That's exactly what I got on my list. Over.
Oh, I don't have 27. Yeah, I got 17. 17.
Yeah, plus you makes 18.
Oh, I'm counting me. I got 3 spaces here that aren't filled out of 20. Maybe I forgot to write somebody in that I remembered, but may not have written them in. Anyway, close enough for now, Rob.
Okay. Yeah, 18 is not a very good count, but I guess that's what we get on 1296. Over.
Yeah, well, we're a little slim tonight. We could get N6BYH. We could have had Ralph in here. We could have had Steve, W6QIW, down in Santa Barbara. We don't hear him, and we didn't get Larry. And sometimes we get Daniel and Larry. There's 2 of them up there. And then sometimes we get KR6MR. So we're missing 6 or 7 easily to get well past 20. Over.
Oh, Roger. Well, I'll just have to submit this like it is. Over.
Yeah. The other one we should have but he won't check in until he gets things working again, is Ken, WA6OIB.
Yeah, I've talked to him about when you're needing help the time when we were losing your sequencer, and he said, I can't do a thing on there. Well, I thought, well, I could hear you, so that's good enough. Over.
Yeah, what was the skinny on the sequencer?
you had your sequencer go out, and then you grabbed another one from a 2-meter one to use, and it had a different circuit that you hadn't modified. So I remember there was 2 weeks there that you had the 1296 net barefoot. Over.
Yes, that's true. What's that got to do with Ken?
Well, I was just telling him that I could hear him. He said his system's all messed up. Over.
Yeah, he's something wrong with the antennas or something there. I don't know what it is. Okay. Well, when he isn't running 100%, he doesn't like to get on. It's just the way Ken is, and that's what a guy is that's a repair guy. He likes to have everything repaired or he doesn't get on.
Yep, no, Roger, I understand it. The link between that and you was I called Ken and asked him if he could help because you lost your sequencer, and he said, nope, I don't have a good station there. Over.
Yeah, right. I remember now. Thanks for the. Yeah, I knew there was something connected. The two stories together. All righty. I think we're done. Aaron, thanks for the help tonight. It was kind of quiet. And be sure and connect me back up so I can see how my batteries are doing. I think we were on a trail. I had 100% battery charge at one point in time in the day because I had charged pretty heavily with the PG&E earlier, and I ran the pool for a couple of hours, and then we lost the sun. So I don't know where I am.
Yeah, right. Now you're at 54.
Okay. I'll watch it. I could coast through the night with that. I didn't hear Frank come back in. Maybe he's supposedly fixed he's up running 2 of the 49ers right now, and he supposedly worked on that system today, and he had it working, and then all of a sudden it quit again. So he's got something intermittent there on 1296.
Hey, Mike, I think you might have given him the disease you have with your system there, KM6SR.
Well, the disease, Rob, comes from having a lot of things in the air.
Yep, and it's been up a while, so the weather takes its toll. Over.
Well, no, he's kept changing it, and he modified it the other day because he took one of the antennas down. I got one of the 4 back here because we're using it to upgrade to the new stamped elements. So we needed to look at physically what we had to deal with and how to get around things. There's a couple of very key, important issues that we had to have the old one for. Placement of the boom bracket, which isn't adjustable on that antenna. We just put 2 quarter 20 holes in the boom, and you have to put the bracket right there. And if you don't put it there, then it's the old set of elements or an old set of antennas would be different than a new set if the bracket's not in the same place. And then they would be out of phase, and all it would take would be 2 inches, and you'd be a quarter wave out of whack. Over.
Yeah, that higher frequency doesn't take much for error factor, I guess, huh?
Well, yeah, on 1296, a quarter wavelength is huge, in terms of the phase shift. So you got to be very careful with that. So those issues. Anyway, that's what we'll be dealing with a little bit tomorrow. And once we get everything nailed down, Matt can make a couple of quick drawings and get them over to this laser cutter, and he's going to make us 4 sets. 4 of the rear element. It's I think it's 9 elements total that we're going to get with 4 different versions of element length and mounting technique and element diameter and rounded ends and yada yada. And we're going to see which is the best. We're going to guess on what it takes for boom comp because we have no boom comp knowledge of all the years. I can work backwards because we have boom comp that was accidental when we went from a fiberglass boom originally with the one you have, 23CM. It was originally on a fiberglass boom tuned for 1269, and then of course that satellite went dump and our market went to 0, so I moved the antenna by simply putting it on a metal boom, and luckily the boom comp and the element shortening was just enough to put it right up at 1296. So I was very lucky. so I can factor in the boom comp required for sitting the elements on top of the boom on a 1/2-inch diameter metal boom, but we're not going to do that. We're going to sit on top of 3/4 and 1 inch. So there's a lot of unknowns that I got to deal with there, Rob. Over.
Yep, no, that makes sense. And you're doing all this R&D and everything. That's why your product is better. So people need to probably spend a little more and get something that works. Over.
Well, that's what we try for. Yeah, I try to be meticulous about it. And we're making 4 samples, and we're going to find the one that matches up with our best guess on boom comp, and we have a reference signal to, we can take a 23 CM22 and use it as a gain reference. So that should be a good starting point. Anyway, that's what we got planned for tomorrow, and we'll tell you more about it at lunch if there's anything else to pass on. We'll see you tomorrow, Rob. 73 to you, Aaron. You're invited to lunch, too, if you want to come, but I think you're working, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be pinned downtown. So if for some reason you ever find yourself in downtown Fresno, then that would work. But yeah, my car is parked like a mile away from the office, and so if I go anywhere for lunch, I just walk to a place downtown. It's basically impossible to go anywhere in my car for lunch.
Yeah, sounds like San Francisco. Okay. Well, we're probably just going to go to the corner of Shaw and Valentine and eat at, and what is that place?
It's Chili's. And just don't show your new antenna design to DX Engineering. You'll be fine.
Yeah, right. Those bastards. You're the latest now. They not only copied our antenna, but now they're telling everybody that we don't have the antenna, the rotator in production anymore. We've taken it out of production.
I'm glad I don't buy anything from them.
Yeah, they're I don't know, strange relationship there. Generally, the people I know Paul Sergi, the guy that owns the place, but I don't think he's making those decisions. He's got a W3 that's working for him, and I don't know much about the guy.
Well, and isn't the guy that owns DX Engineering owns like Summit Racing or something like it? Doesn't he have like another business?
Yeah, that's it. That is Paul Sergi. He owns Summit Racing. He's a gazillionaire over.
Right. Okay. So he likes ham radio and he owns a ham radio company, but yeah, it sounds like he probably has somebody else running the ship.
Yeah, and I don't think he's, he got involved in some of the decisions. At one point in time, they wanted to buy us, and we quoted them something, and they quoted us some ridiculous something. They wanted to buy the whole company I have for $250,000. We told them to stick it where the light didn't shine, and well, I did it politely, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lowball offer.
We got $1.5 million just in this month period on the books right now. So the company's worth more than that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Maybe they were just trying to see if you were trying to retire or something and needed a way out, but obviously not.
Well, that's not the way to do it. Anyway, all they did was piss us off.
Hey, Mike, they didn't want you to have to pay a lot of capital gains, huh?
Yeah, that's it, I guess. Nice of them, huh?
Yeah, this looks nice on your taxes.
Yeah, well, I think if they bought up some other little companies, that's kind of what they do. They buy up garage operations that can be purchased for, like you say, give them $100,000 and send them off into the sunset. And a lot of guys are happy with that. But we've got a serious company here.
Yeah, last I checked, you're not running M-squared out of your garage.
Oh, no, hasn't been for a while. And the commercial side, the government side, the military side, the educational side of the business is way, way bigger than the amateur side now. So that's, and we don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, that's DX Engineering, and I guess I should just shut up. Good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. K6MYC going back in the house where it's warmer.
Good night, Mike. 73.
73.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73. And good night, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR, 73.
Good night, Rob.
All righty. Good night, guys. K6USY.